Hey guys, Tim here. Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes. His abilities are amazing, he cracks plenty of jokes, and I love what he stands for. With great power comes great responsibility. It rings true no matter who dons the mask. So, I made it a point to try and see Brand New Day when it released, and a friend of mine was able to snag us tickets for opening weekend. Thanks again, bud. Now, Marvel movies have been in a weird place lately. We get so many of them, and they're all so interconnected, that watching them has almost become a checklist. I read some commentary online that with many comic book movies these days, we get a lot of hype in theater, but a few days after we settle, we think, what did I watch again? They've become momentary experiences rather than enduring stories. The last few superhero movies I've seen that I would gladly watch again because I enjoyed their stories were the first Iron Man movie, The Dark Knight, and the first Spider-Man movie from the Sam Raimi trilogy. So, going into Brand New Day, I settled into my theater seat with a burning question. Will this be a spectacular story or simple spectacle? Now, obviously there is a mild spoiler warning here. I will be discussing some major plot points in the film, but I've decided to keep the antagonist anonymous. Now, I did my best to avoid trailers and online discourse since the movie was announced, and because of that, I had genuine surprise when the antagonist's name was revealed. I want anyone who doesn't know their identity yet to feel that too. Other things will be spoiled though, so fair warning.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can.
Every story has an underlying theme. For example, my current novel series, Fables Folklore, deals with loss and how people respond to it. Book 3 is in the editing phase, so stay tuned. Ironically, that's one of the major underlying themes of Brand New Day as well. Dealing with loss and the demons born from it. Most of the time, the protagonist and the antagonist will mirror each other in some way when it comes to the underlying theme. Yes, Peter and the antagonist have that connection in regards to loss. However, it is not limited only to them. As my friend pointed out to me, thanks again, bud, there were two other characters who lost something and struggled with the demons that followed. Bruce Banner and Frank Castle. Peter shared similar losses and struggles with these three characters, and through their interactions, he changed.
Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out!
Dr. Bruce Banner has a monster living inside of him, the raging beast known as the Hulk. As we've known throughout Marvel Comics, Bruce does everything he can to keep the Hulk contained and in check, because if he doesn't, destruction is left in his wake. The thing that he lost before was control. In Brand New Day, Bruce has made an inhibitor to keep every aspect of the Hulk suppressed. He looks normal, he acts normal, he has control again. However, due to the machinations of the antagonist, he loses the inhibitor. The blind fury of the Hulk, the likes of which we haven't seen since Age of Ultron, is released once more. When the dust settles, Bruce is carted away in mourning. Once again, he lost control. In the same vein, Peter is losing control of his own powers. His spider DNA is creating an imbalance in his body. When he gets stressed, things go awry. He attempts to make his own inhibitor because he doesn't want to hurt anyone, especially his loved ones. However, he ends in a different place than Dr. Banner. Every time these two try to forcefully suppress their powers, they ultimately lost control. Yet while Bruce grieves his powers, Peter reaches a point of embracing them. Instead of lamenting the changes, Peter accepts the surging power. Doing so allows him to get out of a tight spot.
Is he strong? Listen, bud. He's got radioactive blood.
Frank Castle lost his family in a brutal attack. The grief and trauma spurred him to become the Punisher, the ruthless executioner of all criminals. One might say the memory of his family is the driving force behind his crusade, though he refuses to address it. He shuts people out and operates as a one-man army. His actions constantly put him at odds with Spider-Man, and in his shoot any wrongdoer mentality, he nearly kills the wrong person. Not saying who though. Peter is also dedicated, throwing himself into his Spider-Man responsibilities and leaving little to no time left for civilian life. Like the late Aunt May told him, with great power comes great responsibility. Now, the dead, in his case, are MJ and Ned. They have forgotten him, and he refuses to seek them out because he believes this is the best way to protect them. He's being responsible. As the story progresses, Peter finally succumbs to his desire to see them, and much to his surprise, he feels better than he has in months. By addressing his once dead relationships, his life has become closer to whole. This is taken further during the final confrontation with the antagonist. They know full well who Peter is, as well as the struggles of his double life. Because both of them are extraordinary individuals, the antagonist claims that neither of them deserve normal lives, that they can't have their cake and eat it too. Ultimately, they leave Peter with a choice. Are you Peter Parker, or are you Spider-Man? Firming his resolve, Peter replies, I'm both. Unlike Frank, Peter understands the need to let people in and is willing to fight to maintain that balance.
Can you swing from a thread? Take a look overhead, hey there!
This leads us to our final mirror, Peter and the antagonist. Both of them lost someone near and dear to them. Peter lost Aunt May, and unlike MJ and Ned, he cannot reconnect with her. At most, he puts fresh flowers on her grave every so often. The antagonist, in turn, lost, well, someone who will go unnamed. The antagonist chose the solo route to deal with their loss. They took on the world all on their own. Unlike Bruce, and much like Frank, the antagonist let their rage and inner demons fuel their actions. Left unchecked, the grief would consume them. For those who've seen the movie, the VMAX reveal wrecked me. Peter started off much the same way. Focus on Spider-Man instead of leaning on others. When MJ got threatened, he tried to protect her on his own. And this ultimately did not work. Realizing his limitations, he did what the antagonist could not. He got help. He sought out Frank and asked for assistance. Spending time with MJ and Ned also helped soothe the heartache. In Peter's own words, just because we lost someone doesn't mean we have to do this alone. The phrase, misery loves company, actually comes with two meanings. The antagonist embodied the more common interpretation. I want others to hurt like I do. Peter symbolized its other meaning. I need others nearby to support me.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
So, was this enough? Did these character connections create an engaging story worth watching again? In my opinion, almost. As you could tell from my earlier ramblings, there was quite a bit of nuance in the character dynamics. The antagonist felt threatening. Peter's story followed a fairly logical progression. However, it just didn't quite reach the level I hoped it would. I know people say Marvel couldn't go full Man-Spider because it'd be too scary, but after the shenanigans they pulled in Multiverse of Madness, they could totally have done that. The better reason for avoiding Man-Spider was because it would have made Peter accepting all aspects of himself much more complicated. I think for me, the part that stops it short of becoming spectacular was the way Peter connected his lesson on loss with the antagonist. It didn't feel as strong as it could have been. I don't want to spoil too much, but I will say this. It was shown via a memory with Aunt May, which absolutely had potential. I just feel the writing could have been stronger, a little more impactful. With great power comes great responsibility. It's catchy and memorable. Just because we lost someone doesn't mean we have to do this alone. Now, that was good on Peter's part. But the thing that Memory May said that was supposed to hold significance, I couldn't remember it by the time I left the theater. Was there action? Yes. Was there significant character growth? Sure. Was it executed well? Kind of? As a whole, Brand New Day was a good movie. There were just some parts that need a little more polish. Would I watch Brand New Day again? Honestly, I'd really have to be in the mood for it, but I still rate it higher than Homecoming and Far From Home. On the spectacle range, I'd give it a 70 on spectacular, 30 on spectacle. Well, that's it from me. Feel free to share your thoughts down below. I just ask that you wait to drop major names and plot details until maybe next week, just to spare those who haven't seen it yet. I'll see you on the next video. Do good, be good, and take care.